What's up everybody, Gundam Flexing here, and in this video we're going to be checking out a product from the Good Smile company. It is Gridman SSS-DX version. This guy is part of the Nendoroid series that came out in 2019 and can still cost you roughly around $45 online. And for those of you who don't know, Gridman is an anime show that came out in 2018, and I believe you could still find it on Netflix. The anime show is based off a early 1990s Japanese live action show as well. There are a couple things I like about this guy. One are his colors, they're very bright and beautiful. He also comes with a lot of extra periphery items and a lot of extra pieces. One thing I don't really like are the joint strength, specifically in his hand and in his leg. So without further ado, before we go into the model itself, we're going to check out all the extra periphery items and accessories. And coming up first is what goes in his head. Right now the model has transparent yellow, and it's transparent because you could see all the way through his eyes to the back of his head. Or if you want to switch it out, you could switch out the yellow eyes, which is just a solid color. But if you do, you have to use this piece right here and set it in the back, as this one doesn't go all the way through and it is no longer transparent. Next are his hands. Here they are. You can tell they connect to his wrists via these small little pillar pieces here. And essentially he has 3 sets of hands. And right now is one set. It is the open hands right here, and they cannot grip anything. And the next one is his fists, which are currently on the model itself. So you get a left and right fist. And then lastly, you get 2 open hand fists. And as you'll notice, this hand right here, just his left hand, right here is right hand, excuse me. You'll notice the hole is much bigger than the left hand, which is right here. And that's because he could only grip his sword with his right hand, and he could only grip his shield with his left hand. So unfortunately, you can't dual wield or anything like that. He could only hold his sword in one hand and the shield in the other. Just to get this one out of the way, you also have an extra internal joint piece, which is good. And here is his sword. His sword is a nice gold with a gray handle. And the sword also comes detachable with his own shield right here. So his shield could expand or collapse and then combine it with the sword depending on what you want to do right here. And again, if we look at his sword hand, it fits very well, if that's what you're wondering. Very tight, very well. But unfortunately, it could only go in one hand. Now, one thing I do want to bring up is his shield. His shield is pretty cool. Now here it collapses or expands like that. But one thing I do not like, especially when I was messing around with this guy's posing, is the way the shield is mounted into his hand. So here, if we grab his shield hand, right here, is this one it? Yes, it is. You have a separate piece right here that'll go right here into his fists. And then you have a tip piece right here that goes right here. Now this piece is incredibly loose. It is not tight at all. The moment you start posing, it comes off very easily. It really does suck. And if you want to make it stay, you may have to use like a small piece of tape or something, because the grip for between the hand and the actual shield itself is very loose. It's not good at all whatsoever, and it's something I'm probably not going to utilize. That's one thing to note if you plan on purchasing this product. And another last piece is his fist. Now he gets one super mega fist, and it is his left fist. You can't really twist and turn it. It's just a single static piece right here, and it goes into his arm, and we'll see it later on his left arm. And now on to the model. The model has basically 2 stands, the standard Nendoroid stand right here, and then you get this awesome little stand right here with the circle in the back and the side buildings right here and like a little staircase. If you think you could balance this guy without a stand, I'm letting you know it's probably going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible, because his head is so big and it weighs so much. You will absolutely have to use a stand. If we look at this stand right here, it comes with removable buildings right there, right there. So you could literally strip the building off if you wanted to and just leave the stairs. Yeah, so the stand right here is just a plain one, and you could use this connector to this stand very easily. And great thing about this stand is, this standard stand, is that you could place it almost anywhere where there's a circle, which is pretty cool. And if we look at the stand connector right here, it goes into his back, and basically it has like 3 joints. Joint number 1, which goes up and down, but it cannot twist and turn. Joint number 2 could go up and down, but cannot twist and turn. And joint number 3, which could go up and down, but cannot twist and turn. But it doesn't really matter, because right here, you're able to twist and turn like that. Or if he was on the model, was connected to the model, you're still able to twist and turn him like that. And now to Gridman. So looking at his fed right here, I love these yellow transparent piece right here. You could pretty much see all the way past his head. Now if you wanted to get rid of this one and just make the solid color yellow, you're going to have to first pop his head off, and then you're going to remove his helmet right here, remove his helmet on here, pieces on the side, and then you could take the front and back piece off like this. And then you could take apart his head, squeezing it, and as you can see, this piece, this transparent yellow piece, goes to the back of his head all the way. So now you want to bring back the solid color yellow, push it in to his eyes, and they look like this. And of course you're going to have to fill the back of his head with a solid color, because the solid yellow doesn't go all the way. And we're going to have to put them all back together right here. Should bring back this yellow right here, squeeze that in there. We're going to pop his head back in like this. Pop his head in like this, like that. And then we'll put his helmet back together like this. Put the side pieces back on like this. And put it right here. And boom, we have his head, and you're able to connect him to the rest of his body. And as you saw, the legs popped off. I do have an issue with the left leg and the left arm. And speaking of which, let's go to the left arm. Right now he has an extra accessory attached to him, and it is his awesome beam that shoots out of his forearms like this, and it comes off pretty easily. And that's how it's connected, like this. You just simply slide the piece right in there, and you put the hands and you connect it. One thing to note, again, with the left arm, is maybe because I've been messing around with it so much since I've unboxed it, but the joints now have gotten a little bit loose, and specifically the one for his arm that connects it to the shoulder. As you can see, it comes off a little bit easy, and the piece right here. So this piece could be covered up with a shield mount like this, or you could take it off whenever you want to use the little awesome beam that shoots off his forearms. And as you just saw, this one just popped right off. It's very easy to fall off, and just fall on the floor. It's almost impossible to get. It's lost forever. Well, that's one thing to note, which is strange because I actually don't have any issues with his right arm. His right arm is actually pretty sturdy and definitely stable. If you look at his legs, unfortunately, like you just saw, his left leg pops off very easy. It pretty much almost takes no force, in my opinion, to knock it off, which is strange, is because the right leg is pretty sturdy. Now, if you wanted him to do the splits, both the some sort of pose, both the legs will actually pop off very easy, but the left one much easier than the right one. But there is no issue, I would say, major issue, major flaws that I saw in his flexibility when I was posing him multiple times, just testing him out and everything. He is able to twist his body his upper body like this, left and right. He is able to bend down nearly at the hips like that, and I think the leg piece just keeps falling off. It's weird. We look at his arms. Oh, let's look at the right arm because I don't want to damage that one. He's able to bend to a 90, do like that. He's able to swing his hands back and forth. Don't really want to do it at the left shoulder or the left arm. The left shoulder also, these two armor pieces are connected to the ball joint like that. And same thing, this one comes off a little bit easier, even though it's like on a ball joint, it's just easier to pop off. If we look at his leg, he is able to bend his legs like this. It's pretty cute. And of course, move his feet and have great ankle flexion like that. So overall, Gridman SSS DX version from Nendoroid is a pretty cool thing. Definitely have to use the stance. You get a lot of cool accessories too. And as I was looking all over this guy's body, I was just checking out the paint detailing. I noticed there's not that many flaws around it, not that many smudges or anything. So I think this is a pretty good high quality product, minus the stuff in his left arm and left leg. And that's all I have for this video, y'all. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions or comments, please post it down in the section below. Other than that, I appreciate you all for watching. More to come later, and peace out.